press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Friends, welcome to another video on your channel Profit In Equities. Now, if you like our content, please don't forget to hit the like button. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please consider clicking the subscribe button and also the bell button so that you receive important financial updates at the earliest. Now, SMC Global is one of the topmost brokerage firms in India. Here, we present 10 stocks which they think will be wealth creators in the year 2018. Please watch this video to know more. Now, Bharat Electronics Limited is engaged in design, manufacture and supply of electronics products, systems for the defense requirements as well as for non-defense markets. The company's principal product services include weapon systems, radar and fire control systems and also communication. Now, if you were to look at the price, the current market price is 172.75 and this stock was recommended by SMC at 188.55. The target price here has been set at 213 and the code for the company is BEL. Now, if you were to look at the 1 year chart, you would see that the company has performed well in a peak and trough progression and has created some money for its owners. The market cap is 42,444.51 crores, which means that the company is a large cap one. The EPS is 6.93, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 24.93, which is a bit cheaper compared to the industry PE of 27.97. The book value is 30.56, which translates into a price to book ratio of 5.65. The company also has a good promoter holding at 66.72, which is decent. The dividend yield is 1.30. Now, the rationale behind this investment decision would be Bharat Electronics Limited is a multi-product, multi-technology, multi-unit Navratna company providing the technology and products as per the needs of defense in diverse fields in India and outside India. Also, they would be the prime beneficiary of government initiatives in the defense sector through the Make in India scheme. Beyond this, they also feel that with a capex of 2,000 crores over the next 5 years, which includes defense system integration complex, product development center and optoelectronic manufacturing facility, they would be able to branch into untapped areas. An impressive order book of 41,746 crores as on September 2017 also reflects the 5 times an order book to sales ratio, which is a key positive for the company. Also, being a zero debt company, this could support working capital requirements of the company to increase its scale of business. In long term, the company has plans to focus on building healthy pipeline on orders in network systems, tank electronics, radars, guns, electronic warfare and avionics, increase thrust on exports, offset orders and new offerings in case of Indian defense security systems, smart city elements, etc. Also, the company has registered 19% growth in its net profit to Rs 412.39 crores for the quarter ended September 2017. SMC believes that the stock could see a price upside and a price target of Rs 213 in 8 to 10 months on a 1 year average price to earnings ratio of 26.46 and FY19 estimated earnings of Rs 8.05. Now, the second company on the list is HPC Limited. Now, HPC Limited is engaged in electricity generation and this company is into the business of electric power generation by hydroelectric power plants. The company is also engaged in contracts, project management and consultancy works. Now, the current market price for the company is 29.85 and the price when this stock was recommended was 30.35. The target price here has been set at 38. The code for the company is NHPC. Now, if you were to see the stock, you would see that initially for the major part of the year, there was no great price movement. And in fact, there was some price destruction in this particular stock. But of late, there has been a major spike. The market cap is 30,624.07 crores, which means that the company is a large cap one. The EPS is 2.21, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 13.51, which is cheaper than the industry PE of 15.62. The book value is 26.26, which translates into a price to book ratio of 1.14. Now, one very important fact about this company is the dividend yield, and it is at a whopping 6.03%. The company also has a very good promoter holding at 73.96%. Now, the promoter here is the government of India. Now, as far as SMC is concerned, they believe that the company has taken very effective steps for its capacity addition to meet the annual demand for power and growth. This company has adopted new technologies in the area of electrical and civil engineering for improvements in planning and investigation, which will reduce delays in construction and problems of siltation. Thus, SMC believes that the stock is expected to see a price target of Rs 38 in 8 to 10 months time frame from a current price to earnings ratio of 13.12x and FY19 estimated earnings of Rs 2.88. Now, the third company on the list is Indian Bank Limited, and Indian Bank offers deposits, loans, and services, and the bank's segments include treasury, corporate wholesale banking, retail banking, and other banking operations. If you were to look at the price for the stock, it's at 381.25, whereas the target price here has been kept at 448.00. The price when this stock was actually recommended was 391.25, which just means that the company is cheaper than when it was initially recommended. If you were to look at the 1 year chart for the company, you would see that the stock did not do anything major for the major part of the year, but of late there has been a rise in the stock price of the company. The market cap is 18,311.12 crores, which means that the company is still a mid cap one. The EPS is 31.59, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 12.07, which is much cheaper compared to the industry PE of 22.67. The book value is 301.10, which means that the company is available at a very decent price to book ratio of 1.27. The dividend yield here is 1.57, whereas the promoter holding here is very good at 82.10. The debt to equity is 0.4969, whereas the return on equity is 0.2578. Now, SMC says that this bank is expected to enjoy a healthy, strong balance sheet with very good capital adequacy ratio, healthy assets, and extremely low and controlled non-performing assets ratio. Hence, the bank is expected to do well in near future, and thus it is expected that the stock will see a price target of Rs 448 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a target price to book value of 1.35x and FY19 book value per share of Rs 331.97. Now, the fourth stock on the list is Engineers India Limited, and Engineers India Limited is currently available at 180.55. The price when this stock was recommended was 205, which means that the company is available at a better price than when it was initially recommended. The target price here was 239, and Engineers India Limited is an engineering consultancy and engineering procurement and construction company in the hydrocarbons and petrochemicals industry. The company's segments are consultancy and engineering products and turnkey projects. Now, if you were to look at the 1 year chart, you would see that the company has created some wealth for its shareholders. However, it has been a gradual rise. The market cap is 11,409.16 crores, which means that the company is a mid cap one. The EPS is 5.56, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 32.47. Now, this is much cheaper compared to the industry PE of close to 40. The book value is 43.60, which translates into a price to book ratio of 4.14. The dividend yield is 1.66%, whereas the promoter holding percent is 52.02, which is a bit on the lower side. Now, if you were to look at the reasons why SMC thinks that it could be an outperformer going forward, the company has a healthy balance sheet and strong cash balance. The company is best placed to benefit from revival in the oil and gas capex given its dominant position in the segment. The company's order inflows have improved in the last 1 or 2 years, and this has a healthy mix of domestic and overseas orders. Thus, it is expected that the stock will see a price target of Rs 239 in 8 to 10 months from a 2-year average PE of 32 crores and FY19 estimated earnings of Rs 7.48. Now, the next company on the list is Swaraj Engines Limited, which is available at 2046.60, and the recommended price here was 2036.10. The target price here was 2384, and if you were to look at this company is engaged in manufacturing engines for fitment into Swaraj tractors, which is manufactured by Mahindra and Mahindra as its Swaraj division. The company is also supplying high technology engine components to SML Isuzu Limited for assembly of commercial vehicle engines. Now, if you were to look at the 1 year chart, you would see that the company rose very rapidly during the initial part of the year, but since then has been consolidating. The market cap of the company is 2542.17 crores, which means that the company is a mid cap one. The EPS is 60.85, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 33.63. Now, this is largely in line with the industry PE of 31.97. The book value is 228.13, which translates into a price to book ratio of 8.97. The debt to equity is 0, which means that the company is a no debt company. The return on equity is 0.2925. The promoter holding here is average at 50.61 and the dividend yield is good at 2.10. Now, SMC says that the management of the company expects good growth for demand of domestic tractor due to government's continued thrust on agri and rural sector, which would help the company to increase market share and financial growth of the company. The central government has time and again reiterated its aim to double farm income by 2022, which has emphasized to be attained through better productivity and enhanced farm realizations. Now, SEL is a leading supplier of engines for the tractor to market leader M&M. The company is one of the key players to benefit from this transition, and thus it is expected that the stock will see a price target of rupees 2384 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a 2-year average PE of 29.49x and FY19 EPS of rupees 80.83. Now the next company on the list is Ahluwalia Contracts Limited, which is available at 372.60, and this was recommended by SMC Global at 373.40. The target price here has been set at 473. Now, Ahluwalia Contracts Limited is an India-based integrated construction company. The company's project portfolio encompasses projects across residential, commercial complexes, hotels, institutional buildings, hospitals, and corporate offices, information technology parks and industrial complexes, metro stations and depot, power plants, and automated car parking lot, among others. Now, if you were to look at the 1-year chart, you would see that the company had a major spike during the initial part of the year. Since then, it fell. But again, there has been a good movement in the stock price. And some sort of a pattern resembling a rounding bottom formation is being formed here. The market cap is 2495.96 crores, which translates into a mid-cap market capitalization. The EPS is 14.94, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 24.95. Now, this is much cheaper compared to the industry PE of 43.89. The book value is 75.85, which translates into a price to book ratio of 4.91. The dividend yield here is not applicable, and the promoter holding is 57.96, which is average. Now, as far as SMC Global is concerned, they believe that the strong order backlog combined with proven execution capabilities and low geared balance sheet would help the company to deliver healthy growth in the foreseeable future. The government's increased focus on the construction industry is expected to generate better order flows going forward. Thus, it is expected that the company would see good growth going forward, and the stock will see a price target of rupees 437 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a 3-year average PE of 21.41x and FY19 estimated earnings of rupees 22.1. Now the next company on the list is Gothy Limited, which is available at 137.65 currently, and the price when it was recommended was also 137.65, and the target price here has been set at 158. Now, Gothy Limited is engaged in the express distribution and supply chain solutions business. The company's segments include express distribution and supply chain, which covers integrated cargo services such as road, rail, and air transportation, shipping, which covers sea transportation, and fuel stations, which covers fuel stations dealing in petrol, diesel, and lubricants, among others. Now, if you were to look at the 1-year price chart of the company, you would see that this company has largely been sideways, and there has been no major price and wealth appreciation as far as this company is concerned. The market cap of the company is 1491.39 crores, which means that the company is still a small cap one. The EPS is 5.30, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 25.97, which is much cheaper compared to the industry PE of 74.78. The book value is 58.38, which translates into a price to book ratio of 2.36. The debt to equity is 0.6911, whereas the return on equity is 0.0845. The promoter holding here is low at 26.20, whereas the dividend yield is 0.58. Now, if you were to look at the reasons why this company has been recommended by SMC Global, with its comprehensive integrated service portfolio, Gothy is distinctively positioned to support the consequent supply chain realignment. Moreover, the company's pan-India reach has already been designed as a hub and spoke model for efficiency and speed. Over the last few years, the company has undertaken significant initiatives to fortify its stronghold to deliver consistently by developing end-to-end solutions, enhancing technology capabilities, and augmenting operation quality processes. Thus, it is expected that the stock will see a price target of Rs 158 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a price target PE of 25 crores and FY19 estimated earnings of Rs 631. Now, the 8th company on the list is Zee Entertainment Enterprises Limited, which is available at 600.35. The price when this stock was recommended was 574.10. The target price here has been set at 667. This just means that not much upside is still left in the stock because after the recommendation, the stock has appreciated substantially. Now, Zee Enterprises Limited is a media and entertainment company engaged in providing broadcasting services. The company operates through content and broadcasting segment and offers content in multiple languages and offers approximately 38 international and over 30 domestic channels. Now, if you were to look at the 1 year chart, you will see that it's been a gradual rise as far as the stock price of the company is concerned. The market cap is 57,660.83 crores, which means that the company is a large cap one. The EPS is 16.15, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 37.17, which though expensive is a bit cheaper compared to the industry PE of 49.99. The book value is 46.04, which translates into a price to book ratio of 13.04. The dividend yield is 0.42 and the promoter holding here is a bit on the lower side at 43.07. Now, if you were to look at the rationale behind SMC Global's investment in this particular stock, we will see that as far as SMC Global is concerned, they believe that the company has entered into newer geographical segments both domestically and globally. Also, launched multiple channels, strengthened distribution, expanded the genres and widened its audience profile. Moreover, the management focuses towards expansion and it is expected that market share would give strong growth to the company in coming years. Thus, it is expected that the stock will see a price target of Rs 667 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a target PE of 38 crores and FY19 earnings of Rs 17.54. Now, the penultimate company on the list is Larsen and Toubro Limited, which is currently available at 1371.45. This stock was recommended at 1266.65 and the target price here has been set at 1450. Now, Larsen and Toubro Limited is a technology and engineering, construction, manufacturing and financial services company. Now, if you were to look at the 1 year chart, you would see that there has been a gradual wealth created in this particular stock. The market cap of the company is 1,92,144.48 crores, which means that it's a mega cap. The EPS is 27.90, which translates into a price to earnings ratio of 49.16, which is very expensive. However, we have to consider the quality of the company. The industry PE here is 23.14 and the book value is 290.53, which translates into a price to book ratio of 4.72. The debt to equity is 2.1253, which means that the company has a lot of debt. But this being an infrastructure company, this is a bit understandable. The return on equity is 0.1383. Now, the dividend yield percent here is 1.53. Now, if you were to look at the reason why this has been recommended by SMC Global, the company continues to focus on profitable execution of the large order book, on-time deliveries and operational excellence through digitalization. The management is also emphasizing on cost competitiveness, continuous optimization of working capital, restructuring of its business portfolio and value creation with an aim to enhance its return on equity. The government's determined efforts to revive the investment demand and globally the developed economies appear hopeful of a recovery and better growth prospects. The investment climate in the company's focus market, Middle East, continues to provide some selective opportunities despite the oil price shock and the geopolitical risks. Thus, it is expected that the stock will see a price target of Rs 1450 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a 1 year average PE of 26.05x and FY19 EPS of Rs 55.68. Now, the final stock on the list is Tech Mahindra Limited, which is available at 552.90 and this stock was initially recommended at 492.55. The target price here has been set at 569. Now, Tech Mahindra Limited is engaged in the business of computer programming, consultancy and related services. The company's segments include information technology services and business process outsourcing. Now, if you see, the company did not do anything major during the large part of the year, but of late there has been a spike in the stock prices of the company. The market cap is 54,130.58 crores, which means that the company is a large cap one. The EPS is 36.89, which makes the company trade at very attractive price to earnings ratio of 14.99. Now, this is also very cheap compared to the industry PE of 21.83. The book value is 172.55, which translates into a price to book ratio of 3.20. The debt to equity is 0.0845, whereas the return on equity is 0.1915. The promoter holding here is low at 36.01, whereas the dividend yield is 1.63. Now, if you were to look at the reason why this stock has been recommended by SMC Global, according to the management, the company would focus on digital domain and execution to transform it from an IT to DT, which means the digital technologies based company. It has once again proved that despite the occasional headwinds, geopolitical uncertainties and changing demands, it would rise to grow. With its DAVID, which means digitalization, automation, verticalization, innovation and disruption strategy at play, it has posted reasonably good growth in the quarter across revenue, profit and new business. Thus, it is expected that the stock will see a price target of Rs 569 in 8 to 10 months time frame on a 2-year average PE of 15.12x and FY19 estimated earnings of Rs 37.66. Now friends, please don't treat any of these as stock recommendations. Please go ahead and do your own research. And this is all what we wanted to show you for today. Thanks for watching, and we will be back with another video which would help you increase your net worth.